hosted by the Wits University Society. Here with us today, we have the Wits Dev Society committee heads. And my name is Priti Mamwadi, and I am the head of events and partnerships. Yes.
Cool guys. Hi everybody. My name is Ibram Chilufia, and I am the deputy head of the society.
Gamo, head of dev team.
And today we are here to present and start our new podcast, Introduce It to the World, introduce it to the rest of the school body. And yeah, man, I hope that you guys are going to enjoy everything, what we have planned, because we do have exciting things on the way. But before we get into that, right, I think it's better that we actually let you guys know, like, who exactly is Wits Dev Soc. I mean, a lot of people in our community do know of us, right? But I don't think they know
Really
of us,
know, like, kind of like factual stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, obviously, for those that are in honors and PhDs and masters, you guys will probably know that the society was started by Jamie. Am I right? Her name is Jamie, right? And then eventually went to Kimantha, then Karen, then now Kaisha and I. And basically what this whole society is all about is just bringing students and companies together through events, through workshops.
And it's not just the career day, guys. Like, we're not the career people, like when people think DevSoc, they think, the people with the career day, and stuff like that. You're gonna get jobs, apparently. I mean, you will get jobs, but like, there's more to us than just the career day.
That's actually true. That's actually true. And something that you guys are gonna see actually from the rest of the team here and the guys behind the scenes, from what we have planned, is that this year we're going to be very active in terms of like workshop, events, and competitions as well. I mean, already in our school body, we are advertising like a lot of competitions that are taking place currently. And yeah, man, it's just a thing of like, let time do its trick, so just give us time, let us marinate in the positions, let us marinate in the work. We also have school as well, but it's also a thing of like, we are doing what is necessary for the school body.
Yeah, and you guys should those events are going to be very interesting. You should attend.
Yeah, you better
There's food. We know students love food. Like, we know that you guys want food, and you're going to get the food. What you want, you're going to get. So like, just just stay tuned, and like all the events, we're going to like announce them online, then you guys will be aware of when, what time, and who's coming to that event. Because most of the companies that we have, like tech companies and stuff, they're willing to collaborate with us for like the events. So I think it's a good thing to have people that are already in the industry to come and like speak to the students, to come and like tell us more, like how do they recruit, like the CVs, and the interviews. It's good to have those people to come and like literally directly address us. It's kind of like a privilege, because some people don't really get that, So I mean, guys.
That's actually and also just giving you a glimpse of the podcast is that we are going to bring people as well. Yeah, we do have some people lined up that are actually going to come and sit next to us, or maybe one of us won't be here and they'll probably be in the middle, and they'll be able to like have these conversations with the rest of the representatives that are here. So it's a thing of like, this is information. We are practically going to be able to curate information from people who have walked the journey already, and will be able to just give us insights on what exactly is going on.
Yes.
I mean, on the topic of events, because Pretty mentioned a bit of that, and like how we'll have people from external companies coming and talking to us. I think one thing that's also important is understanding that your degree isn't the only ticket to get a job, right? There's a lot that school doesn't equip you with in that regard. And part of the events that I've planned are these workshops, mainly led by the dev team, where we'll do more technical deep dives, anything like web dev. A few of us on the team are interested in game dev, so there'll be game jams. We'll do, hackathons. The plan is to really upskill the community and ensure that everyone who's a part of the dev society, not just us, the committee heads and the committee members, but like everyone in that group with like 400 people, everyone in that group should really take something from it. We don't want just lurkers joining the group and not, engaging with us, right?
Yes.
Our goal is to have a community where we both help each other grow and improve. So if there's issues on the podcast, issues with the workshops, just like let us know. Our goal is like keep improving and making sure that you guys derive value from what we give, because it's a two-way thing, right? We can't just tell you something and you just sit and consume without you engaging with it. So our goal is to really make sure that we set up a community and events that help you guys secure those jobs. Obviously, we're not hiring, but there'll be people from these external companies
like
coming.
because we kind of like want our viewers to like communicate with us
Exactly.
because our journeys are different. You know, like all three of us here, we have like different journeys, and they also have like different journeys. And in order for us to kind of like address all those things in this podcast, we'll need people to kind of like, you know, like, yeah, this is how I am, you know, and also like with financial stuff, like all these things that happen, you know, in varsity, we need to address all those things and to make everyone feel included and all those kind of things. So I feel like it would be good if like everyone can like engage with us, if like, you know, we can be in that same space. Do not be afraid. I'm not scary. Some of you guys know me, probably. Most of you guys. So like it's if you just say like pretty, you know, I have this question for this, like what if AI is taking my job and stuff like that, like feel free. You know, I'm probably gonna tell you that yes, it is taking your job. But like, you know what, we're not there. Yes.
So yeah, something that you're getting from the conversation that's currently going on here amongst us, and that's also like a conversation we've had with our people. Like, we are giving information from South African points of view, if that makes sense, or
a student perspective as well.
and also from a student perspective, because already she said something, you know, like the question is AI coming to take our job? Yes, we've seen that from like the Western side. You know, we've seen that's what's going on there. But like, I mean, I think our fact checker can check for us, but like Business Insider does have articles released often where they actually show like your critical skills that are still needed in South Africa, right?
Yes.
And most of those jobs are in the IT field.
Yeah.
And that's a sign that there is still that huge gap. As much as it feels like everybody's now doing computer science, everybody's now in software and all that, there's still that gap. And the question is, how can we fill up that gap? So that's what we're going to be unpacking. And also, with that also being said, we're also going to have to cover entrepreneurship in the society, whether it's among students, because we do have some students who are doing a good job. I think I can name drop someone, Session as well, from Sharing AI. Like, he has his own company that's going on with a bit of like a bit of our other peers in the background. And then we have other people from like other companies like Analytics. We have people from Melsoft as well. Larry is included. So we are going to bring those people in for those who are not necessarily interested in just working, but maybe you guys might have a startup. Maybe you guys want to be the next, I don't know, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk.
Don't be like Elon, guys.
We need to also put a disclaimer.
That's what, it's like Elon Musk in like quotations, but like, you know.
Yeah, but you guys get the idea, and that's like what we're just trying to do. So this is information that is homegrown.
Yeah.
As well as something that you cannot find on the internet, and that is what is going to be driving this whole podcast, right?
Yeah.
So cool. So because this is the intro session, I don't think it's going to be something very, very serious.
Yeah.
So I don't know, for the society at large, I believe you guys saw a message coming through from me in 2024 December, and basically what I did was I created a Google form and asked you guys what are some of the things you want to see from the podcast. And then there was also like a section where we asked you guys to ask us certain questions that you want us to like address. And I think we're going to dive into that because there are some questions that we can answer. There are other questions that we'll leave for the
Some of them will be ridiculous.
Yeah, some of them are a bit ridiculous. Some of them are ridiculous. Some of them are a bit for like the industry professionals. One ridiculous question was, someone wants to marry someone on the podcast. So that was a very interesting.
In absentia.
She's an intellect, but we won't name drop. You know.
I think we've done enough. They'll find them on LinkedIn.
They'll find them on LinkedIn, right? Yeah, cool. But we can dive into the question.
Yeah. So since we're already like talking about AI and stuff like that, there's this question. Do people still need to know how to code since AI tools are getting very good at a mind-blowing rate?
Okay. Do you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. Well, there'll always need to be someone who maintains software that's built, regardless of if it was built by an AI system or if it was built by some guy in the 60s. Someone needs to maintain and review that software. Currently, in the position that we're at today, AI writes pretty like crappy code, and then crappy in the sense that because maybe for us it seems very good, right? But the stuff we're doing in school, and I'm sure that's the stuff you've been engaging with ChatGPT the most with. ChatGPT is good at that stuff because that stuff is very entry level, basic level. You know, how do you write a link, this type of things. You don't really get asked those questions in industry. In industry, you have more dependencies to think about, a lot of complicated things that the AI system is not really aware of, because software is not just this one isolated thing. It's talking to many different parts of different systems, right? And if the AI doesn't have context of all of that, it'll make a mistake. And the thing is, if a human has context of all of that, they still make a mistake, right? So we still need people who are reviewing, checking, making sure that everything works. So while AI is getting better, 100% better at writing software, people are still required in that loop to make sure that things are running smoothly. Maybe the simpler jobs will be written away. Like if your job is to change the color of a button, I'm sorry, bro, but probably look into other things, you know, put the fries in the bag. But in terms of writing real hardcore software, I don't think that's going away anytime soon, though.
Because something that I actually wanted to ask you, can people view AI as a tool rather than it being a machine that's come to just take over?
Technically like does everything.
Yeah. I feel like, and that's like a discussion that we have amongst our peers, even when we're doing our labs right now. It's a thing of, well, I try always to avoid ChatGPT. He pays for chat, by the way. So it's a thing of, you want to learn because, like, yes, chat, like you say, can do the general stuff, but there might be like a complicated test case that you might have to do. Exactly. So maybe instead of looking at it as something that's coming to take your job, try adapt to it and use it as a tool.
Something to assist you. Because me, technically, what I use AI for is to like assist me to learn something. Like what I'd write on ChatGPT, I like explain it like you're explaining it to a high school student. You know, if I technically don't understand it at all, and then it kind of like assists me, like it explains, you know, how I'm supposed to approach that question, and then from there I take it from there. You know, like I do my own stuff after that, and then I figure out, I debug and all those kind of things. After I've kind of like asked to, it's more like a teacher, you know, like an assistant. You know, I think it's a good way to use AI like that, because if you use it to like make your whole code and stuff like that, people are not going to understand.
To do your assignment for you.
Yeah, like, and if it's like you know, like with us in SD and stuff, like we have to kind of like share code. We have to like see where you are and stuff like that. And imagine I share my code and like AI is busy writing, you know, this like funny stuff, you know, and I just copied and I pasted it there. No, it's still gonna work well.
It works, but you understand it, right?
Exactly.
I'd only be the one, like I'd only understand, not the other people.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I think what you said there about it being viewed as a tool and not a thing to fear. There was this nice quote, I forgot who said it, but this was around the introduction of personal computers, right? During that time, people were scared, computers are going to take my job. But I don't know who said this, but they said computers should be viewed as like the bicycle for the mind. It makes us more efficient at getting from point A to point B, right? And now AI could also be viewed as that, you know, next step from that bicycle. Maybe we're no longer using bicycles now, it's like a car, a motorbike. We're getting more efficient at doing these mundane processes, right? So it's not something to fear, something to embrace and use correctly, right? So just like with a car, you need to get your license, learn how to drive and not be reckless. Same thing with these tools. Know how to use them, don't be reckless, be smart.
So another question that we have here is, what field of tech do you guys think will dominate the future of humanity the most?
Who do they think we are?
but I mean, I think we can speak on that.
Which field? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm now leaning towards the finance side of tech. So I feel like, hey man, like, okay, this is because of Tutu, to be fair. But like, Tutu introduced me to like quantitative analysis.
Who is Tutu?
Oh, yeah. So by the way, Tutu is one of my friends. Well, our friends actually.
Yeah, very smart guy.
Very smart guy. And he introduced us to like this whole thing. Like, you know, when you ask your boys like, oh, what do you want to be? Some may be like, oh, I want to be a consultant. Another person's like, I want to be a software engineer. You know, those are things that you have and like a good idea and understanding.
Yeah.
But when you say quantitative analysis, I'm like, quantitative analysis. Okay, let's deep dive into that. And I feel like more complicated. It might sound too much, but more complicated, specialized roles like in your finance department. I feel like those are the ones that are gonna dominate it. Because I mean, like software engineering, like you said, AI is literally getting to that point where it can like develop something for itself.
Yeah.
So I just feel like maybe jobs that do require a bit more critical thinking and also soft people skills. I feel like most of these things, like products, I'm thinking of financial products, for example, you are catering to people and people are different. So I think also just from that side, like quantitative analysis seems like a job that's also going to take over. Especially also with the money. Yeah, like I mean, fact checker can also check again, but on average, with experience, you're going to be earning 6 million a year.
Woo!
So
Interesting.
yeah,
Only later on.
that's later. That's
Yeah,
When you
yeah.
start, you
Not
don't have a
after.
yeah.
Not after university.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's a lot
You
of
work into the
ambition.
ground first.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, so I think it's quantitative analysis.
I honestly have no idea. I don't know. Is it?
I think I don't think it will dominate, but it will definitely like benefit people a lot. Like it's AI in healthcare, because I think from my side as a person who kind of like did computer science and psychology, in like most of my degree time, I kind of thought it in a way like what would AI do when it comes to neuropsychology? Like how would it assist us, or how would tech or computer science assist me in that field? And most people were like, no, you don't need to do like psychology, you can just do like machine learning, because technically it's almost like a thing like that. But then like I'm like, I have this expertise in psychology, I know neuropsychology, I've learned everything about the brain and stuff like that, and it'll be good if computers can like diagnose and help us and like come with like treatment methods or ways to assist these people that are like losing their mind, Alzheimer's, or all these other diseases that are there. I think computer science in healthcare, or just software engineering, or like coding, or whatever you call it, you guys, I think it's gonna assist us, and that's a part that I think that side of tech. You won't be losing jobs anytime soon,
Yeah.
because you're dealing with humans, and it's better to trust humans for humans than to trust AI for humans. So it's more of how do I understand your situation, like if I know about neuropsychology. I mean, and AI can also know about neuropsychology.
So basically, like,
Soft skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a common trend, number one. And number two, basically, like, tech in general in healthcare is one that's going to dominate, because it's a thing of, like, I'm just asking the question, but is it a thing of using those to actually pick up on trends, like to actually be able to learn
and improve.
and then be able to diagnose better? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. I feel like it's growing in that part. Like a lot of things are happening in the healthcare side.
I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong. Another thing, fact checker. There's this thing called Connor. Hey, free promo. But there's Connor Health. There's an app called
Kenna Health.
Kenna. It's
Scanner, yeah, Scanner Health.
Kenna
Kenna
Health,
Health.
right?
Yes.
And I think that's a feature that they have. I think, okay, I don't know if it's really safe to do that, but at the same time, I think the idea makes sense, where you have a virtual consultant.
Yes.
Yeah. Like an AI who maybe you can be like, oh, my throat is sore. Oh, okay, what did you eat, or what are your allergies, or something like that, right? And then maybe he can just give you like possible reasons.
But
why
isn't Scanner Health like you speak to actual
It's a
doctors
natural
on the side?
It's a natural
Yes,
doctor.
yes.
So there's no like virtual.
That'd be risky.
I think the virtual side is like you speaking to a doctor virtually.
Virtually.
Like you just consulting. You don't need to be there like physically. You can like speak over
Okay.
the thing.
Okay, I didn't know, so maybe I was misinformed about
Because
that.
imagine like I say I have a headache, and then like
Maybe
Yeah,
for
like-
maybe for simple stuff like, oh, I have a headache.
even if it's
I
like
don't know.
simple
How
stuff,
long did it
I might
take?
be
How long
diagnosed-
did it
It's
take?
great.
For
Let
how
me tell
long?
you,
For how
in grade
long?
nine,
I might have a brain
I
tumor,
had
guys,
a
because of
cold
like they
sore,
might say that.
I had a cold sore in grade 9. I
Yeah.
searched on Google technology. I'm consulting technology to ask about this cold sore, and it tells me I have herpes.
Yeah.
Now I'm in grade 9. I've never,
Fair,
So
yeah.
now I search what herpes is, and I'm freaking out because I see the pictures and it looks exactly like herpes that I have on my mouth.
Yeah.
So I feel like these systems, although they are getting obviously a lot more advanced as time progresses, it's still prone to make error.
Yes.
And I'd rather have a human make an error and correct themselves than have a system say, you have a 95% chance of having herpes. It's like,
No.
95 is pretty high, man. You know, maybe have herpes. You know?
Okay, fair.
So, yeah.
That's
But it would ask further questions like, were you busy? You see, those things. That's what I'm saying. Like, it can probably pick up on trends. And I think that's something that we're learning currently in machine learning. Like, picking up a lot of trends, and also having that error bound. So maybe I'd do us like that with time.
I personally would want to talk to a machine.
I wouldn't too. Like, I wouldn't trust it to kind of like diagnose me that way. 'Cause, like, what if like I say, okay, I'm feeling like I have a headache or all those kind of things, and then it's like, this is a brain tumor. Seek the doctor immediately.
Guys, but it's going to ask you guys questions like follow-up questions. Okay, but it's fine. It's fine. Fair enough.
Anyways, on to the next question. What do you wish you learned earlier in your career? So I can't say like career, but like
school journey. And I think that's also like something that we forgot to mention. Like, apart from like the whole fact that we'll be taking everybody through people's different journeys and stuff, we'll also take them through our journey.
Yes.
Because I know how Kamu came up, like where he is and what he's doing. He knows where I'm at and what I'm doing, and we all know like where you at and what you're doing. I feel like it's very different, right?
True.
I think one thing that I would say is take everything seriously from the get-go. As much as like we entered first year at Wits and stuff, we're doing computer science. Some of the things that the industry requires from us is not taught in uni.
Most of the things.
Most of the things. And this is like not to speak ill on the schooling system or anything. This is just facts, right? Maybe in third year, that's where we're now being exposed a lot to like JavaScript and all of that kind of stuff. But I feel like it would have been really good to learn all of that from like an earlier point of view, because like an earlier stage, because now it's going to be a thing of by the time you're in third year, you already know how to do like a lot of things. I feel like people like who take initiative, and okay, he's going to speak on himself, but I always like making an example of him, because I mean, if you check his YouTube catalog, he's been working on projects. Every time when I go to his place, you find that I'm busy working on something, and it's a thing of that consistency. I feel like if I knew more about consistency back then, as how I know it now, as well as also knowing that okay, it's better to start way early before things just ramp up in terms of pressure, I think would have been like in a better place. I mean, we are getting there, but I feel like it's better to discover things early so that while everyone is lagging behind, you're already ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
And I guess one thing that you already kind of touched on is that no one will teach you things. Even at school, really, your lecturers aren't there to teach you things. They kind of distill a very broad bunch of information into like a lecture slide that doesn't really get to the core of things, right? So you can't, at least for me personally, and how I learn, I don't even attend lectures honestly, is that I use what I'm trying to say is the course structure is there. The lecturers give you the course structure, and then they give you bits of information that complement that course structure. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, most of you end up watching YouTube for most of your education, right? Yes. Like, you're not saying that you're attending lectures and that's your only source of truth for study. That's a lie. I know that for sure. And it's like that same way that you approach learning by taking it upon yourself to ask questions from YouTube and then seek external source of information just to contrast things and see if your lecture notes are making sense and all that. You should just apply that to, at least what I do is apply that to almost everything I do. Like he mentioned the projects that I work on. It's not that someone taught that to you, right? Like maybe you have an idea, and I'm sure we all have ideas in this room, right? I want to make a website. Okay, that's sorry. I have a very strange idea in my head. I want to make a dating app, for example, right? Because I'm single and lonely.
You've already done that.
And no, them.
Oh, for them.
Yeah, for single people. You're probably watching this podcast. That's not
interesting.
That's me.
I take that back. I'm single. You could be single too. It's okay.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So what I'm getting at is that no one will teach you things. You have to take it upon yourself to learn. There's like many resources out there. I always refer to YouTube as the best university in the world. So yeah, just anything you want to know, it's out there for you to learn, and I'm sure you guys can agree with that as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't feel like since it's not on my course module, I don't have to learn it yet. I'll learn it later. It's like, why wait? If you want to learn it now,
Learn it now.
nothing's stopping you, right? Maybe back in the day, you know, your parents had to get textbooks and all that stuff, but life's very different now. There's really no excuse to not know things that you want to know. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So like, I want to ask you guys, did you guys do like IT CAT in high school?
Yeah,
I did both, yeah.
I did IT.
Okay, I didn't. You see, so what I think I learned, or what I wish I would have known earlier, maybe like my first year and stuff, is that your journey is your own.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like, yes, we all came from like different backgrounds. We have people that have never, you know, owned like a personal computer or like been in contact with one for that matter, but they're interested in computer science and stuff like that, you know. And then after the first semester, you know, their marks are down, like they're not really getting what computer science is about. They still know how to print hello world, but nothing much, because
That's true.
Previous is now, you know, making a website, you know, JavaScript. Now Previous is talking about C#, C++, and all those kind of things. And all these terms are very confusing to you. They're very foreign, you know. So now you feel like you don't belong there. You feel like, okay, I think I overestimated myself, or I think, you know, I became like a bit ambitious or too ambitious.
Yeah.
And then you give up on your degree. You know, you give up on it. But like, remember, like, your journey is your own.
That's true.
You know, it's not your journey plus Pretty's journey, because you came here alone, unless you drag Pretty with you, like, you know, oh yeah, let's go and enroll in the same course, be in the same class, have the same marks.
Hey, there are some couples like that, but okay.
Wow, no couples here, guys. This is my degree. It's gonna be written pretty manwadi, you know, a degree advanced, you know, conquer the edge type of situation. So yeah, I feel like it's only fair that, as much as I face it on my own, obviously, because degree teamwork and stuff, you know, I ask abogam and stuff, people that, you know, are very like, they're very more into this thing of tech than me, or they've like better experience, or they're kind of like thinking, then they can be like my team, but I'm still walking this journey on my own, you know. So at the end of the day, however I walk the journey, you know, be it I fail, be it I pass, be it like I think of quitting or all those kind of things, there has to be an end, and my end is graduate, you know.
Yeah.
That's my ending. So I feel like that's what I wish I would have known earlier in my first year, to kind of like advise other people, because I think in my first year we had a lot of dropouts. People left, you know, after quite some time, and I had like people that were like me that only did like physics, physical sciences, and all those kind of things. They didn't really do IT or CAD and all those kind of things. So they felt like they felt very demotivated, you know, demoralized after their marks, and after realizing that, you know, this is not as easy as people say it is.
Yes.
You know, but I mean, I'm still here. I'm finally I'm graduating and stuff. So
Yeah.
Beneficial employees must employees.
Yeah,
That kind of loops back to what I was saying, right? With like no one will teach you.
yeah,
Right? Like you can come from that position where, you know, you did maybe physics, life science, and what's the third option, economics or something,
yeah,
in high school, right? And then you come to university expecting that, oh, you know, the lecturers are gonna teach me all this cool stuff, Python, C++.
like the
I'm
teachers
gonna
in high
learn all
school.
this.
Yes,
Like in high
yes.
school, right? They're gonna spoon
With
feed you all this.
homeworks and all
But
those
they-
kind of
they
things.
really
Yeah,
Don't. Most of it, unfortunately, is kind of assumed knowledge. And even if it isn't, the stuff that they touch on is very basic. And in the test, they don't do basic things, right? So you'll be printing hello world as the lab, and then in the test, it's something completely different.
Yes.
So, you know, sort this linked list or something like that. So
Yeah.
it has to come back to you again. Like, in your heart, do you feel like you belong here in this
Do
degree?
you want it?
Do you want this degree? Do you want to finish
Do
it?
you want
And if the answer really is yes, then there's a lot more work to be done on your end.
yeah.
And if you ask that question and it's no, then it's okay. Just, you know, there's other ways to go about this thing. Like you said, there's different journeys, different paths that you
Yeah.
can take.
Also, in like our field in computer science, it's not just about you coding the whole time.
No.
You know, like what I also say, like I want to become a consultant.
Yeah.
You know, so it's basically I'm going to be in contact with the clients more than I am in contact with my computer. More than I'm coding, I'm actually, you know, selling a product, or I'm like, you know, financial
Fine.
staffs and all those kind of things. Like in a fintech business, I'm more of like getting the clients, but because of my expertise or because of my knowledge of computer science, it's easier to talk to them and to, you know, like start this project with them, or you know, make deals and all those kind of things. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that you have to be like, you have to be cracking your mind every single day. Like Abokam, you know, just, you know, on your laptop the whole time, but it's different areas. You know, are you a creative designer? Like, are you more into like graphic designing? Like, you want you want things that are appealing for the people. So you're like UI UX designer, or you like no, I don't like people. You know, I prefer like being behind my computer and stuff like that. Then you can be like a back end developer and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different avenues in our field,
and that's something
people can
go into.
Yeah.
And that is something that we're also going to cover here. Like literally just give you guys low key, we not giving you the rule book, but the blueprint, but we quote unquote putting you guys on game.
Yes.
Right? And it won't only be through us. Like we say, it's going to be through other people.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, we are wrapping up our first shoot. I wanted to find out quickly, how do you feel about this?
I feel pretty happy. Like, I think there's a lot more to come. You know, like I'm really looking forward to more of these discussions and stuff like that. Also to assist the students and so that we can all be on one page.
And
Even
make
if some
money,
of you guys are stressing out, don't worry, my degree's coming. Even after 7 years, it's coming.
I know it's
I know that one, man.
And you?
Yeah, I think it was good. I enjoyed this. I hope the people who watch this do actually engage and tell us what they didn't like, what they'd like to see. Maybe we can get some of the students on here and talk to them, right? Because I think that would be something interesting to see. But yeah, first take, I enjoyed it.
Okay, alright, cool. How? No.
It's alright. Roll it off.
Yeah, I'll roll it off, right? I'll roll it off. So like, how was my first shoot? I'm asking myself. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, guys, I'm genuinely looking forward to this with you guys. I know this is going to be like a year-long project with only you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, obviously, we're gonna be chopping money, hopefully.
Yes, we should.
So yeah, guys, we just hope that you guys are going to enjoy the journey with us. Stay tuned, and yeah, guys.
Before we cut though, you guys will come in, please.
Oh yeah. We did the Guys.
Please, before we start name dropping.
Yeah, I will name drop. I will expose.
Alright, nah, you're not coming. You know what I'm gonna do. Here we are. There's the team. This is the head of the society. Say hi. Come on, guys. Why are you afraid of the camera? There we go. Alright. Let's come in.
Okay, so yeah, we doing something.
Cut it out. Yeah. Send us off.
So guys, make sure you catch us. New episode dropping every Thursday. And shit. Every bi-weekly Thursday. And our next episode, we are having like a wonderful guest from analytics. So stay tuned for that. Analytical. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Done. We call it. That's a wrap.